Hey guys, welcome to another Tuesday edition of the Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. I'm Nick. It's Tuesday. It's time to talk about some new releases. We got we're just 2 days away from Christmas. It's a pretty light week. There's only about 140 titles coming out this Friday, but I do have 9 on my list to talk about today, though. There's a bunch of links down below. Make sure you go check all those out. There's links for the Vinyl Den Facebook group, for the merch page, for the Spotify and Apple Music weekly playlist that we put together, and also the Patreon page. Make sure you go check all that out. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me the old thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new episodes. Like I said in the intro, it's a kind of a light week. There's only about 140 titles coming out this week. I'm going to talk about 9 on the show today, but so if there's something I don't talk about, make sure you drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you're looking forward to. I will say that of the 9 albums I'm going to talk about today, if you're not able to find them in your local record store, I'll put links below down in the show description. All these will be available on Amazon. The first 2 on the list are actually albums I talked about a couple of weeks back on the show. And then they got delayed a couple of weeks, of course, like so many other albums get delayed nowadays. But anyway, the first one is Cinderella Live at the Key Club. And then the second one is Enuff Z'nuff, Greatest Hits. They're both going to run you about $33 online. I think I have pretty much everything I need from Enuff Z'nuff on vinyl already, so I'll probably pass on that one. I probably will grab that Cinderella one, though, just because I've heard some great stuff about it already. But so one of those 2 for sure. And then the next album, this is the Ataris, So Long Astoria demos. So Long Astoria was like the big album. At least I think it was the big album from the Ataris. If you're not that familiar with the Ataris, they were a really cool punk band, late 90s, early 2000s. They released, I think, 5 studio albums from 97 to 2007. Like I said, So Long Astoria was their big hit. So this demos album is demos and alternative takes from every track off of So Long Astoria. And this is on gold, white, and black splatter. It actually looks really cool. It's going to run you $33 online. So far, all the albums I've talked about have all been $33. But anyway, I'm definitely looking forward to that Ataris album. I don't have any of their stuff on vinyl, so it's definitely one I need to grab. As far as like really underrated bands go, you can throw the Specials in there. If you're not familiar with the Specials, so they are a ska band formed in the mid 80s, released a couple of albums. I think there's 2 or 3 albums they released. Then they broke up for about a decade, reformed in the mid to late period of the 90s. And from the 90s until now, they've been kind of going strong. I think they've released maybe 10 or 11 studio albums total. But this week they're releasing Ghost Town. I think this is a new compilation. I didn't really find anything about this previously being out there. But this is going to be on black and white splatter. Actually looks pretty cool. It's going to run you $33 online. So this compilation is a compilation of some of the biggest tracks from the Specials, plus a couple of demos. So it'd definitely be a cool one to grab, I think. And then you get Wayne Shorter live at the Detroit Jazz Festival, recorded back in 2017. This is going to run you about $30 online. And I think this is going to be a great one this week, a great one to grab, especially if you're a jazz fan. This has been nominated for a Grammy next year, so this is a double LP. Wayne Shorter, I think, is one of the greatest living jazz musicians. Played with some of the giants in jazz since the late 50s, I think, is when he kind of got his start. So that jazz release, definitely looking forward to that one. This week, Jane's Addiction is reissuing Alive at 25, Ritual de la Habitual Live. It was original release back in 2017. This is a 2 LP on purple and green splatter vinyl. It actually looks really cool, the mock-ups I've seen. This thing's kind of pricey, though. It's going to run you about $50 online. This was recorded during the band's Silver Spoon anniversary tour to celebrate the 25th anniversary of that great album. So it's like 2015, 2016 when a lot of this was recorded. So, I mean, like I said, $50 is a lot, I think, for it. If I can get it for a little cheaper, I'm probably more likely to grab that one. I will say that there are other reissues of this I've seen over the last couple of years. So I think they're generally cheaper. I think you can probably pick up a plain black version of that for probably $10 to $15 cheaper. I'll probably just end up doing that, even though that color vinyl does look pretty sweet. And then you've also got John Lee Hooker, House of the Blues, coming out this week. Original release back in 1959. It's going to be on blue vinyl. It's going to run you $23 online. It's a compilation of tracks from 51 and 52 that Johnny Lee Hooker recorded. I will say this is a Wax Time release, so I know a lot of people out there tend to stay away from Wax Time releases. There's definitely been some questionable practices on Wax Time's behalf. I normally what I do with these releases kind of wait, see what the reviews look like before I decide to grab a copy, because Wax Time, they've been known to have some really kind of shoddy sounding albums. I've got some that sound great, and then some that sound not so great. So I'll definitely wait and see what the reviews say about that great jazz. That great blues album. An interesting album that's coming out this week, or being reissued this week, is L.A. Guns, Covered in Guns. This was released back in 2010. It's a covers album, so kind of be warned with that one. And this is on red and blue split vinyl. Gonna run you about $30. And this is an updated version from what had been previously released. There is an additional track on this. I think this also been remastered also, or remixed, one of the two. And this has got 14 tracks on there. It includes some big hits that everyone knows. Pour Some Sugar on Me, Crazy Bitch, Don't Fear the Reaper, I Love Rock and Roll, Little Saint Nick. Just a bunch of great tracks that you probably wouldn't think LA Guns would be doing. But I've read some reviews on this one. I've never actually listened to the entire thing. I've heard a couple of tracks on here. They actually do some pretty decent covers on here. So looking forward to that one. And then this last one, this is Iggy Pop, The Passenger. This is a 7-inch. It's going to be on purple vinyl. It's going to run $16. And so The Passenger is one of those classic Iggy Pop tracks released back. It was on Lust for Life that was released back in 1977. The Passenger is listed as a live mix, though, so I don't know what's the difference between that and the version that was on Lust for Life. And then the B-side is an alternate mix of China Girl, which was on his debut album, also from 1977, The Idiot. So $16, I think that is going to be a good little 7-inch, couple of great Iggy Pop tracks I'm looking forward to. Well, that's all I got for you today, guys. Thanks for checking the show out. Like I said, I think it's a pretty kind of light week for record releases. It generally is around Christmas. So, I think there is some good stuff coming out. Definitely the Iggy Pop release. I'm definitely going to grab that one. Maybe that LA Guns. Definitely the Wayne Shorter, because I'm looking forward to that. Being a resident of southeastern Michigan, anything from the Detroit Jazz Festival, I'm always kind of interested in that. The specials for sure. The Ataris probably I'll grab that one also. But I don't know. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me a little thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. And that's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.